Hey, welcome to Dogman TP Hunting, or actually, it should be called Project Shadowlink, because that's what this is all about. So you might be thinking to yourself, wow, what's this guy playing at? He's usually Fridays. What's he coming on Saturday for? We're all busy watching something really cool. But if you're watching this, I do appreciate it, and I think you will as well. I'm going to bring some people on. The people are part of this team, which we have collaborated all together. And it's just going to be very, very interesting. So I'm going to bring them on and we'll have a little chat. And you're welcome to join us in with the chat as well.
Oh, my.
Okay, going to bring everybody in. Right then, we have Colin Kilty. I think you already know this guy. We have Joy and Joey, JJ Paranormal. We have Cindy, aka Giggles. And of course, Daniel Williams.
I guess.
Thank you guys for coming on and joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, what we're doing here? Well, what we're doing is we are explaining something which we are going to be taking on next week, and that something is an experiment. I don't believe it's been done. Well, Colin, has this experiment been done before?
I've read something that happened in 1967, I believe.
What?
Something similar. Did I send you the link? No? Did I? Can't remember. I read something, but I only read briefly. But something had been done across continent, again in the US and from England. A similar experiment, but nothing happened. So I think it was more paranormal type of stuff that they were doing and remote viewing. So it was a similar experiment, but I was a bit better, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Well, a broad outline of what we're doing, guys, is we will be proving or hopefully giving some credence to spooky action at a distance. Basically, quantum entanglement. Einstein called it spooky action from a distance. It was something which hasn't been fathomed out. Everybody knows it to be through experiments like the double slit experiment and such and so forth, where a photon or a particle can have the same. If there's two particles fired off and they may be thousands or millions of miles distant from each other, if one is deflected via a prism or something happens to it, it will have an equal and exact at the same time effect on the other one, which is a communication which we very often come across when we do a lot of paranormal work. We come across things that happen like this, almost like it and correct me guys if I'm wrong, almost like it premeditates what we're about to do. Entities do.
Yeah.
We have in the chat, we've got Kate. Thank you for joining us, Kate. Appreciate that. Ready, Steady, Retro. Thank you very much. Nice to see you again. And of course, Keith Aston. Hello, Keith. I spoke to you during the week. Limestone Spirit Chasers. Say,
Hey, Limestone.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Judy.
We have, yeah, okay. I got Keith as well. He's a nice guy.
Turn my volume.
We have Cheaty McCready.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cute dog. That looks like Basil. My dog looks a lot like that. We have let's have a look. But he said,
Dawn, where's Dawn?
yeah, no, can't see Dawn. Can't see Dawn.
Hi, Kate.
Right then. Okay. Right. So what we're going to be doing, we are going to be setting up trigger objects, and these trigger objects are going to be along the lines of most kit you find in a paranormal bag. You're going to have a dead bell. We're going to have spirit talkers. We're going to have SB7. We're going to be having bells as well, hanging, because we're also there not just for entities like ghost spirits, paranormal like that. We're going to be there because of cryptids. I'm not going to give the exact locations out for security, and because there's sometimes you find like jokers out there that think it's a bit of a gag coming up and fighting people, scaring people. So in the forests we're going to be in, one is going to be in the States, very well known for cryptid activity and paranormal activity, and one is in the UK, very well known for the same. So we're going to be having trigger objects. So trigger objects are going to be duplicated as much as humanly possible across the divide. So both in the States and in the UK, we're going to have a live stream between the two groups, aren't we?
Yep, we sure are.
Mm-hmm.
And that stream then will enable us to communicate and to basically look, is there an entity that I'm talking to now? If there is, can you please ring the bell on that table? Now, just imagine if I'm asking that, and I'm in the UK. Now, can you imagine at home if there was a response to Cindy, Daniel, or Joy in the States and their bell rings? Can you imagine that? And if it gives a response which is directly pertaining to what I asked, or what Cindy, Daniel, or Joy asked, and something happens with us, that would be absolutely fascinating. That would show something that you don't have to be localized to experience these things, and these things they are, if you like, all pervasive. They're all around us. They're ethereal. It gives more credence to that they're kind of the thousands of miles between us doesn't really make any difference to them. Spooky action from a distance. So yeah, that's what we're planning on doing, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Cool.
Can't wait.
Me neither.
Yeah, I think it'll be a really good thing. Now, I was wondering, for the guys at home, they're going to be wondering, aren't they? Going to be like, when are we going to see this? Well, how's it going to happen? I initially said, look, we won't stream live. One, because we're going to be streaming to each other at the same time, and I don't know if anyone's been out in forests and woods, but the trees and the landscape tends to suck any signal, doesn't it? Do you find that, Daniel?
Yeah, definitely. Gosh, yeah. I'm not even sure what to say on that.
So I think what we should do is, if we can, we will try and do a live to the public. Maybe choose on the streaming platform that we're using at the moment. We can do that, but we can't guarantee how big it will be on the night. And our priority, we must tell people at home, our priority is we must stay in communication with each group. That's our priority, is it not? It's going to be about, we've sort of decided about 2 hours. We're going to allow to maybe a little longer, but around 2 hours. for us to get through the trigger objects. We're also going to have tarot cards, aren't we, Cindy?
Yes. I got them. They're ready to go.
That's brilliant. Excellent. So we're going to be putting, that's for outstanding, we're going to be putting up tarot cards. Now, the tarot cards are from a Lenormand pack, which is a Red Hand Lenormand ones. Very graphic, nice and easy. From the point of view of whatever entity is there may not know all of the modifier cards and the meanings behind a lot of the more complicated tarot. So we chose these Lenormand hand, the red hand, because they read a little bit like a comic, very visual, very bold. So we're going to put them up, and we're going to ask any entities if they wish to communicate via these symbols, then by all means they can. Because we're using these tarot, please don't get concerned that we've lost faith in any way. We haven't. We are using them only as a tool. Okay, just want to make that clear. Now we are going to be doing some cryptic work as well, and that's where Colin comes in as well. So he's bringing a whistle, won't you?
Yeah, several whistles, and a knocking stick, as you call it. All sorts of things. I'm going to be hanging up in the trees. Hopefully, they'll get a response. I'm going to play some sounds.
Okay.
The sounds, various sounds from the United States that have been sent to me. We're going to play them. Large Bigfoot. So hopefully, I'll get a response in the background or something. We'll get something.
Okay, good. We're going to have within each group, they're going to have walkie-talkies. So when you view us, how this is going to look, it's going to look a little odd at first. So there'll be a central group, a small group, not too many people, two hopefully in the middle. If the experiment requires any form of people tipping, there'll be 3. Person tipping, sorry, people tipping. But essentially 2 in the middle, and then 2 outer satellite groups. They're for observation and also carrying out experiments themselves, e.g. wood knocks. Like I said, but we do a wood knock and Daniel hears at his end, we've got something cooking. So, that's really
that
the
would
goal.
be so amazing. If
that's
happened.
the goal.
It's happened. Matt actually was the one that told me about all the Sasquatch that are there, but he was out there giving paranormal tours.
Oh.
That's when he saw these other Bigfoot come in. So it's a good possibility. Good possibility.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to see if there's any questions. If anyone at home's got any questions, please just comment them in.
Yes.
I will put them up. Let's have a look. I'm in Ohio.
I think they're having their own conversation.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry.
Okay.
They are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Okay. We've got Ready Steady Retro. Now you're talking cryptid cravings, Canley. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Gabriel Bro, hi everybody.
Hi sis Suge.
Let's have a look. Gabe, what up, fam? Okay. As I say, if anyone's got any questions, because it is something that's very different that we're trying, we are going to be trying very, very hard, and we have tried very hard to get this all together. We have got another team member, got 2 team members in the UK team. That's Ian Wood and Natalie Molesley. that will be joining us. They couldn't tonight, but they are going to be joining us on the night. So if anyone's got any questions out there for the team, either individually or as a team, by all means, if you want to know more about what we're doing, then just put them in. As we have traveled this every time Oliver does this.
What was it?
Okay, got me up. All right, okay, good. Larry, hello, Larry.
Larry's in
Larry
there.
Luttrell,
Larry,
he's a lovely guy.
my right hand man.
Yeah, do you know what, Daniel? I'm so lucky to have met people like Larry and yourself. You know,
Definitely.
and you two
Love it.
ladies as well. Honestly,
Yeah,
you know, the people I've met doing this. That's if
me too.
nothing happens on this, something's happened to me, and in my heart, I am absolutely overjoyed that I've met you people. If that's what's come out of this, then I've gained already. I've gained, you know.
Us too.
Yeah.
Us too, definitely.
Yeah, people, if you could hit that like button, that's going to help with the
Yes,
show,
please.
just to
Yeah.
get it out there. That'd be really
Yeah.
cool. You know, just hit the like. On YouTube, there's a new hype button as well.
Is
I
there
haven't
new
used it myself. Yeah. There's a hype button. HYPE, hype.
Never seen it. What's it?
It's
I
only
don't know
come
what
in
it is.
lately.
Yeah.
YouTube have put a hype button in, and there's only a certain amount of times you can use hype. It doesn't cost a bean. Yeah.
Did you feel it?
Raise your voice.
Get
Ain't
up,
that-
paranormal. Heck yeah. We felt
Ain't
it.
that the
We felt
truth?
it.
No
That's
true word said
awesome.
in jest, eh?
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
There's only so
I
many
love
times
it.
you can use the hype, you know. Yeah, then you have to go to AI and get another catchphrase.
No, not the AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use
Not
it
a
three
guy.
times.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But,
That's funny.
okay, right. We have got actually we've got location. Right, okay, here we go. Right, Larry Soust. What do you think about portals and cryptids? All right. Okay.
You want to go
What do you
first?
think, guys?
Go on,
Go
Dan.
ahead, Daniel.
Okay. I think it's almost 98% possible. And I've been studying portals for a while now. And you got CERN opening portals and not being able to contain what comes out of those portals, despite having a round robin of 12 soldiers that have 50 caliber weapons, and they're not doing it. So, I mean, and you've had Martin Grove and Daryl too. They both watched something walk out of a portal. Then it ended up at the back of their car, and it looked like the Predator. And then it completely formulated and was at the back of their car in seconds.
Wow.
So
No.
definitely, I would say yes.
Same.
And
I definitely believe in portals and cryptids, absolutely. I'm the type of believer that you can't say if there is something or is not. We got to keep an open mind because we don't fully understand our earth. We fully don't understand a lot of things in this world. And how can we sit and say that something doesn't exist when we really don't understand? And but I always try to keep a very open mind and think there is that possibility. Absolutely. And there's been so many people that have witnessed it or seen cryptids. I have friends in North Carolina that live right there by the Appalachian Mountains. Like their backyard is the Appalachian Mountains. And I have been on the phone with my friend Jerry, and I can hear a Bigfoot in the background while I'm on the phone with him, growling and whooping and everything. And I'm like, like I want to be there.
Wow.
So I'm a true believer that there are things out there that can be very scary and come from different realms or wherever they come from.
dimensions.
dimensions.
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
There's
You know
several
what I mean?
vortex.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah,
yes, I'm
but
a I'm a big believer in both. Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you've got mirrors. Mirrors have been portals
Yep.
since before the 1800s.
Absolutely.
That's why they're covered in homes in certain places
right.
so that nothing can come out.
Right.
And then you've got Sasquatch that are walking from a tree that's probably 6 to 8 inches. You don't see them on one side, but all of a sudden that tree
Yeah.
crosses, and then they walk straight out. So
Yep.
yeah, bushes
Yeah.
too.
I was going to say
Yeah.
the same thing. Yep.
A lot of stuff. A lot
Oh
of
yeah.
stuff going on. I just posted. It was I think it was a Dogman or a Sasquatch on one of our groups, and it's just
No, I-
there's bushes, there's trees, there's almost anything living, even with like the mirrors and the sand, and hot temperatures and stuff like that. So, but I put one up there, and it was a cloaked. So I mean, it looked exactly like the Predator, the movie.
Mhm.
There's no better way to say it. And then Martin and Daryl, they saw it sneak out, and it didn't give them a real good time after that. It was Martin had said like battery acid gotten in their face, their
Oh
eyes.
my gosh.
Yeah. And
Oh wow.
they
I
said it
haven't
was
heard
almost-
that before.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely. But then that's why the cryptid community is so divided, because you have some people that believe, oh, okay, for whatever reason, they call it the woo, like the spiritual ghost, stuff like that. And then you have
Right.
flesh and blood. So I
Right.
believe we have
Okay.
both.
Mhm.
Okay.
Both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
interesting.
we got to be careful, but I mean,
Yeah.
we're not going to be threatening. So
Right.
I imagine I won't do anything. So, yeah, if it was the Dogman, it looks exactly like that Predator, that movie, incredibly. And then Martin said it looked like a hologram.
Really?
It
Wow.
had
Oh my gosh.
stepped out of this small portal,
Yeah.
was laying on the ground. It looked like it was getting up and was going
What?
to jump in Daryl's window. Oh yeah,
Oh
and
my gosh.
Martin gunned it, and they took off, leaving it right behind them. But they could only get not very far down the road because both of them can't see, both of them can't smell. It's like Martin said, it's the strongest tear gas that he's ever had. So yeah,
Wow.
it's
That's so
it's
crazy.
crazy, but it's possible.
Yeah.
A lot of things are possible. Yeah.
Wow.
What about you, Joy?
I feel the same way that you and Daniel feel about the portals. I also feel like cryptids. That's why they're probably never able to catch them, because maybe they enter a vortex or some portal, and like at the blink of a blink of an eye, they can just be in a different location somewhere else.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I think there's a possibility for sure.
Have you guys seen Skinwalker Ranch?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Love that show.
Yeah, me too.
There is
Absolutely.
a portal right
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
You can see it.
Yep. Oh,
I mean, it's
absolutely.
visual.
Oh yeah.
And it's exactly where the Navajo had taken these portal graphics that they had put in rocks over, centuries and stuff for speaking stories. And that was another thing that made me go, yeah, there's portals. You can't fake something like that on pretty much, not even with AI on a TV show. So yeah, scary. But yeah, I think there is something to it.
Wow.
What do you reckon, Carl?
Yeah, no, I agree. Totally. I'm open-minded, as you know. Yeah, there's definitely portals. There seems to be enough evidence. I think there's a lot of question with quartz as well, especially in the earth causing this portal.
Yep.
But yeah, there's definitely predator as well. So yeah, I'm open-minded. And it's all connected somewhere.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can
Yeah.
find out one day.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's seen the portal.
Mm.
You've seen one. Everyone on the show, everyone at home's seen one. All you got to do is go on the James Webb Telescope, online, and you can see a portal. It's called a black hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's essentially a portal. But yeah, portals do exist. I do believe they do. That, or let's say a tear in the fabric of time and gravity. That's another way of putting it, probably. But it's interesting though when you say about the smell. It left a residue of smell.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I believe that with the latest UFO sighting, and it was hit by that Hellfire missile.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right.
I believe it was a plasma. I believe it's plasma. Now with plasma, it ionizes the air around it, and I think a lot of times when we see these things, even ghosts, and entities, they leave behind a residue of smell, and a lot of times that is the ionization of the air. It gives that, like when you have a thunderstorm, you got a certain smell with a thunderstorm that happens. It's that kind of, it's that type of thing. Sometimes it can be quite sulfurous. Depends on the type of, like, for instance, when you're welding with plasma welder, it's got a particular smell to it. Very dangerous as well, but to breathe in. So I do think portals do exist. Bottom line, I do think that they I think they're either plasmoid or there's something to do with that. Plasma is natural. It occurs, it happens, we have it every day, and I think it is a trigger, if not at least a trigger, for a lot of these things to happen. But we shall see. We shall see what we get. You're going to put a quick one. You're going to bring some crystals, aren't you, Cole?
Yep, I am. Yeah, it's a quartz crystal and some organite. So yeah, I'll bring them along. I've got some. Is it witch's salt? It was in a book before. I've got some of that as well. I've got it given. If it is witch's salt, I don't know. You can tell. I can't. Yeah, and several things along.
If anyone at home knows the best way to use orgonite, is it orgonite? Is that how you pronounce it? Orgonite?
Yeah.
Okay, right. If anyone knows how to properly, because I mean, do you have to run a current through it? Do you have to? I mean, we thought we were talking, Colin, and we had the idea. I had the balmy idea of running a current through it. Because with quartz, obviously, if a current is run through it, then it will at set frequency just vibrate, won't it? No, hence quartz watches and such. But orgonite, I'm not so sure. I really don't know an awful lot about that sort of thing.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of. It depends on which site you go on. It's one says one thing and one contradicts it again. So
yeah,
they have the stone tape theory.
Yeah,
what?
I know a lot of filters being.
Yeah, just. It's like Silicon Valley, like they say, where the computers are. Well, silicon's another one that can actually really charge the air, and where we're going out, that whole area is nothing but quartz rock. So it could be doing some recording. It could be affecting the energy levels in the air. It could be a lot of different.
That's a good question.
To it.
Yeah, you're right, Dan.
So, is there anything you want your audience to do to help the experiment? Is there anything that they can do to help at home, do you think?
I would guess just watch, pay attention, look at the screen as we're live. If you see something, make a comment. And I'm sure we'll have someone on each side watching the computer so that we can comment back, or notify the team over walkie-talkie of what they're seeing, something like that. You guys can help us with that, because not all the time are we going to be able to see stuff that maybe you guys are seeing, because we're going to be busy with equipment, looking at the equipment, looking out, talking. So it's going to be
It's gonna be
helpful.
dark, flashlights
Yes. And if
all
you guys, I
around.
mean,
So
there might be something you might see that we can't see.
Yeah,
You know, it's hard to
definitely.
say. That's my suggestion.
No,
It
yeah,
would
it's
help.
really,
It definitely
Yeah.
would help.
Yeah.
Mm.
Observation.
I think, yeah, definitely. Going back, I think that's a good idea, and I think people, collaboratively, even though you're not there, guys, at home, you are there. All right. And I think there's a lot to do with everyone's been to a concert, everyone's been to a large venue where there's been tons of people, and there is an air of, I don't know, togetherness, and you get that feeling of almost one with other people, I think it does help. And like Cindy said, it kind of like would help if you did sling your thoughts and feelings into whatever we're doing and say, look, yeah, come on, produce something, show yourself, and I think that might help a lot more than we think. Gabriel Brew said, I like to know the name of what I know. I can see things that are not there. I could detect if a house is evil or not just by looking at it. I know there's a name, but I don't know.
It's clairvoyancy.
There you go.
There's different types of being a clairvoyant. I'm the same way. I can see things. I feel things. The house that I'm actually living in, right as we were pulling into the housing development, I got a bad feeling. I felt there was a lot of death on this land. And we actually have a lot of paranormal activity in our home. I have spirits talking to me. I see them. I have shadow figures. So I completely understand what you're going through, because I myself have, I'm trying to actually develop my abilities even more. I'm getting close to being a medium, but I'm not going to say I'm a medium. Not yet. I've got a lot of work to do. But yes, you are probably clairvoyant. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. It's not exactly a question I'm going to bring up, but it does sort of, it's really interesting. I think it's interesting. Pretty soon, AI can investigate for us out
Oh,
out
no.
loud.
I won't allow it. I'll do it myself.
but it won't get those.
No.
Yeah, but it won't get those.
I heard that too.
feelings
Yeah.
that we pick up.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
like to experience. I want AI experiencing anything for me. I'm going to go out and do it myself.
Yeah.
AI is
Right.
great for certain things, but come on. No.
Yeah,
like,
AI
we're
is good for
getting lazy.
thumbnails.
We're getting lazy. I don't like
Yeah, but
that.
that brings up the question: do we have to be human to get a response? Does it have to be? Does it?
That's
Do we think it
true.
has to be
Feelings,
human to get a response?
emotions,
Yeah.
pressures on skin, pressure
Yeah.
across hairs. Could be anything that they don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's interesting.
Let's have a look. Right, I think. Okay. Oh, hang on. 100%. I've seen the costumes they wear at certain ceremonies. They scare. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the certain. Yeah,
Yeah.
because we had this from Larry. I think portals open up a gate from a different realm.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I agree with you,
definitely.
Larry. I agree.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and CERN, they do some real strange stuff at CERN. There's another in the States. You've got another like a smaller version of CERN.
It's in Tennessee, and it's where they made the first atomic bombs.
Was it?
Yeah, because it was it had a radiation type. I'm thinking it's Walnut Grove, something like that. But yeah, they're doing the same thing CERN is, and they're not catching what's coming through. I think that they just watch too many movies because whatever's coming through is not going to stop, and it's not going to turn around and go back.
Yeah.
And if you want to try talking to them about that, of
Yeah.
course. But yeah, they're not catching the stuff that's coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah, scary.
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy.
So, right, I'm just looking through the comments. Let's have a look. Yeah.
Yeah, ready, set,
Yeah.
retro.
The
Definitely.
predator, the you know when they morph, do they still leave footsteps? When they
Footprints.
Ye-
You mean?
Yes and no. We're talking cryptids, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's thousands of theories that they're airlifted out by UFOs, which okay. Um, there's a lot of things they think that they just walk straight into a portal. There's different sounds that can open portals. I think that they're capable of using these sounds to, like I was talking with you, Phil, about frequencies. You know, this faster the frequency, the more energy is in the air coming through. So, yes and no. There's been so many theories. It's like some of them are just really dumb. You remember, Colin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
Definitely.
Cindy and Joy, what do you think about? I've been on ghost hunts before now. Do you think do you ever come across any residue like footprints from a ghost or apparition?
I have not myself. I
I
mean,
haven't either.
and
Yeah.
Joy, I mean, as long as you've been, have you seen anything like that?
I don't think honestly, I don't even think I really paid attention.
Well, actually, Joy, what we could do is when we're doing an investigation
Investigating.
together again,
Powder.
is
Yeah.
take baby
flour,
powder. Take baby
flour.
powder, put it down, and let's try that one time.
Yeah.
I think that would
Yep.
be awesome. I know that Joy caught an amazing child apparition in one of her videos. So check her out on her
Cool.
YouTube channel.
Wow.
Because I'm telling you, the little boy's head pops up behind the chair, and you're like, oh, ah! It's so cool. You see his
creepy,
face,
yeah.
you see his hair, and then he goes down behind the chair, and it's like, oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, it's creepy.
What
Yeah.
house
Yeah.
was that again? What house was that?
The Kellogg House here in Santa Ana. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
We
Daniel,
finally caught the
we're
boy.
going there. We're
Yeah.
going there.
Yeah. We
Good.
finally
I'm
caught the
so
boy.
down.
Yeah. It's definitely creepy. Yeah.
Dang,
I
yeah.
got the
It's an awesome
goosebumps
house.
thinking about it again. Like I forgot about it, and now you're bringing it back.
Chills running back.
I used to scream just talking about it. I'm like, because it's spooky.
That
for
would
you
do
to
it for me
catch-
too.
Because it's mine. I know it wasn't faked. That's what
Yeah.
makes I think it's more spooky. Like not saying that everybody fakes their stuff, but it's because it's my footage. I can't
Yeah.
explain it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's,
And
You
you
actually
you know
caught
you
things
didn't
that you
alter it.
didn't see.
I know.
Remember,
Yeah.
we called you yesterday, and we're
We
like,
did.
Joy.
Cindy's like, you gotta rewatch it. There's a shadow figure, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, they didn't
I'll
even
check
see
it
it.
out,
They were
definitely.
feeling something upstairs. They were feeling all kind of weird and stuff. And then we're watching the video, Marcus and I. And next thing you know, in the doorway, there's literally a full figure man, shadow figure, and he moves. And I'm like, ah! So excited.
That is not a shadow.
So this is why we asked for the audience who's ever watching to put
Yes.
Cindy
Yeah.
to please pay attention because we might miss something that you guys might see.
Exactly. No,
Yeah.
quite true. Quite true.
Yeah.
Exactly. We've got Mike from MT Paranormal. Hope you're doing the right, Mike, and the cameraman.
Mike.
He has put, I have heard of an item or staff-like object called their language before, and had seen something looking like this staff where a Bigfoot-like entity appeared from. Said they use it for travel too.
Oh, okay.
That's the
Strange.
trees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
where
was
most of those
wondering
trees and
that,
portals.
Daniel. I was wondering about that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And there's a guy that I think he's in Illinois, and portals open all the time. You see flashes, and then you see this thing just walking out, like that tree again. Just you can't see it on this side, but you can see it on this side. Just walking out. Yeah, there's got to be something that has to do with nature too, because it's kind of weird timing.
Yeah.
He's got a camera out there, and he's picking all this up.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's called. I can't think of the name, but yeah, he's well known for his portals. So and showing up at the conferences too. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's trees or portals, and that's what they've been saying. So
Well, when I spoke to Matthew Johnson, and I get it. Sort of like it's some people love him, some hate him. It's what we call in the UK like Marmite. But he was always very genuine with me, and just nice guy. Anyway, he said that because I said to him, "These tree knocks, I can't. The problem is I can't mimic them. I can't mimic the tree knocks, no matter what I use, a branch, whatever. I can't mimic them." And he said to me, Phil, they're actually, they come out of the trees. That's the popping. That's the popping sound, and that makes sense, like you said, Daniel. It kind of makes sense in a way.
Yeah, I think it has to do with frequency, energies, like plasma lightning. You've seen that. It's basically, it's not anything that you can replicate, I guess is how to say it. But yeah, I mean, not even sure what to say, because there's so many things that are up in the air that it has this and energy and the crystals underneath, and there's thousands of theories. So I don't want to get any of you messed up with the
No,
with all the stuff that isn't true.
I mean, we're doing this, aren't we, guys? We're doing this because we're in a way putting an umbrella over the whole lot. So it doesn't matter if it's cryptid, it doesn't matter if it's paranormal, ghost, entities. There, we're like kind of in the middle. So if you can imagine, there's going to be a small group in the middle. And that group's going to be doing most of the calling out, and that group in the middle, both in the UK and in the States, are going to be the ones talking to each other. The two other smaller groups on the peripherals, on the outer edges, are really for observation and for doing their own kind of like smaller experiments, which means like wood knocking. But obviously, before anything's done like that, when this goes out live, when we do this, you will hear a lot of communication. They will, won't they? Because we're going to have walkie-talkies, and we've got to do that. There's going to be a lot of chatter going on, because anytime anyone does a wood knock, they've got to actually say, "All right, guys, I'm going to be doing a wood knock. 3, 2, 1, knock." That's to allow both groups time, and that's to allow so we don't get any confusion. We don't want any of that going on, do we?
Yeah.
Because we're going to hear it on both sides through those walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, no, we'll hear them. We'll hear it over. Yeah, we'll hear the wood knock over the stream, the live stream, won't we?
Yeah.
The walkie-talkies will be local to each group.
Yeah.
Just a quick thing I was going to say, Phil. The reason you can't replicate it is because they use their mouths. That's why you can't replicate those wood knocks.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
That's another one of those things that's out there, but with all the reports I've taken, I've got 5, 6 people that have said the same thing.
Yeah. So you come from you're a mouth man, for want of a better term, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's a weird thing, but the long howls are because of the tidal volume in the chest is 3 times the size of a man, and so it can carry out those longer sounds, whoops, even the tree knocks. So yeah, no, it's interesting. It's theory, but if you were to ask me, I would say it has something to do with it, definitely. Plus, they can speak when they breathe out and breathe in. We have to breathe in, speak, and then stop after that. They can do it like a donkey that comes in through the nose and out through the mouth at certain intervals to sound. I mean, they have taken people and said their husband's out of town, but you could hear him down at the corner at the tree line with his voice. It's because they can mimic so well. They can mimic the animals.
So you think they communicate that way by actually?
Yep.
That with their mouth.
Yeah. Same with Dogman too. They're known for when they stand, they pop and grind all over, and it's basically moving those bones and tendons and stuff like that. So they pop when they stand. So that's almost everybody that has seen one. Well, I should say everybody, but many believe the same thing. So,
and they make the sound as they breathe in as well as out.
As out, yeah, like the donkeys do. It's really weird, but that's why they can get into that. Oh gosh, what's it called? Where it's called? Gosh, I had it. It was there a minute ago. But they use that to go into where we can't hear, the hearing range that we can't hear. Like, God, I can't even think of the name of it now.
Infrasound.
Infrasound. That's
low sound. Yeah, infrasound.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't hear them. They can do it, but it's picked up on a voice recorder. They even go down below. That's where they get that raspy growl that shakes your whole body. So,
you see, yeah. I think it's one of those things, isn't it? I mean, I remember being with a partner many years ago, and I swear to you, she was able to breathe through her ears. That woman could talk. I mean, seriously, constant.
So can I have a damn.
The moment I used to look and see a diaphragm, see if it was moving. I couldn't see a diaphragm moving, and she was just giving. I was like, "What? How do you do that?" And I think she does breathe through her ears. Yeah,
there was a lady that they
there.
just had on the news that breathes through her eyes, underneath her bottom of her eyes. She breathes out of them.
What?
Yeah. You can see when she
Cindy?
puffs up, it drops the bottom lids, and you can actually see her breathe in and breathe out.
Wait, are you talking about Cindy?
No. She's the other one.
I was like, wow, I've never seen that.
No, yeah.
Oh my God. I was going to start staring at you. You would have been wondering why I'm looking at you so hard.
So here's a question for y'all, you cryptic guys, because I want to see if you think the same way I do.
Sure.
So do you think that Bigfoots can turn into an orb and appear from an orb to a Bigfoot?
Colin, you want to take that one? I'll tell you afterwards.
Yeah, I'm new to the Bigfoot thing. Yeah.
I don't think they can, but I think they're flesh and blood. But I do believe they can. They do come from portals. But to an orb, I don't know. I've never had any experiences. I've never had any witnesses come forward with that. You'll get more than I do, Dan. So, what do you think?
There's another 100 theories.
That's it.
Yeah.
Again.
Well, the reason why I bring it up is I had a guest on my podcast, and he shared photos, and this gentleman that he was trying to help on his property had a lot of Dogman and Bigfoot activity going on. And he was outside and he was taking pictures, just one right after the other. Next thing you know, they see a junior Bigfoot, and you can see it clear as day. And next thing you know, the next photo, it turns into a green orb and starts floating, going across the trees in the back of the house by the yard, and then poof, disappearing. That's why I was asking, because he was
Yeah.
just snip,
No.
snip, 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 like we do, because we want to
Yeah.
take the fast. And next thing you know, that Junior Bigfoot, he didn't go into the trees. It turned
Yeah.
into a green orb, and you could see the green orb. It was so bright, and you could just see
Yeah.
it floating. It was really interesting. That's why I
I didn't
asked.
Ronnie-
see that.
Yeah, Ronnie LeBlanc from Expedition Bigfoot. That's what he saw. He heard something running up on him really fast, and then I think he just fell off his bike or something. It scared him, but he could see that orange glow.
Mhm.
And I think it was him that also said, "Hey, we just saw a UFO too." So there's so many theories that are still unproven, but yeah, Ronnie talks about it every once in a while.
So does it look like a regular orb, or is it like
Yeah.
brighter, bigger?
does.
It's brighter. It was green. It was
Uh-huh.
green, and it was a little bit bigger than like a paranormal one that we see sometimes.
Right,
I mean,
right,
it just depends, because even
Yeah.
paranormal ones look like a long tic tac.
Yeah.
Like
They're not always
like a
circular.
bean, different shapes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not always circular.
Mhm.
So, but this one was green, and it was a circular one, but you can literally see it when he was just taking the photos, and I'm looking at all the photos. It's literally
Yeah.
just like boop, 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 going across. And I was like,
No,
what the
wow.
heck?
There's some really great orbs out
Crazy.
there
Oh.
in
Yeah.
YouTube. And we're talking the size of basketballs.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm sure they can get pretty.
Yeah.
I think they can
Daryl had
shape
seen
whatever
one.
they want to shape into. That's
Yeah,
my opinion.
exactly. Well, that's possible too.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see that down the line, but Daryl had an experience where he was in the LBL, and I think he said this big orange orb came by, and it hit the ground, and it turned into a possum.
What?
It turned into a what?
Are you
Yeah,
kidding?
a
Oh.
possum. A possum.
Wow.
What?
Well, now I'm going to start looking at the possums I have in my backyard. Like,
That's the funny thing too, is it's like you tell these cryptid stories, and it's like people are going,
wow.
no,
We got
no,
another
Wow.
Sean Patterson.
there's no way. And then it takes people away from learning about cryptids,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they think, oh my gosh, that's why we're so divided, woo, and flesh and blood.
I don't think we should be divided though, and I think that's part of the problem, and that's what I'm hoping with this experiment it does, and I think everyone here hopes that the same thing happens. If these pages and channels would open up a little bit more. I get it that you're cryptid, I get it you're Bigfoot, I get it you're Dogman, I get it that you're ghost hunters, but these things that we're dealing with, these things that we're going to be dealing with, hopefully with you guys at home as well, we're going to be dealing with the whole shebang. We're kind of in the middle circle. We are we're not putting out a welcome mat. What we are doing is we are opening up the options for them to communicate. There's a big difference there. There's no welcome mat, but there is options for them to communicate if they so wish. But that goes for all entities that is out in the forests and woods at night, because that's where we'll be. Unless we plan on doing this next Friday, the 19th.
The 19th, I know now.
Yeah. So
between work and everything.
Yeah, and I think if kind of we can in a way kind of just like open up to other, it's almost like if we were to open up a little bit and say, right, okay, I run a ghost hunters group, but these entities we're dealing with could very well be, because they bleed over. A lot of things that happen in the paranormal world, like orbs, also happen in the cryptid realms as well. I've experienced the same. Sean Patterson has said, in my experience, they they keep energy in a spot like a landmine or bear trap that will affect you emotionally and physically. I agree. I agree. They do.
Hey, Larry just had an interesting comment here. A researcher, former military scientist, said dormant and other cryptids can emit a law level EMP frequency. This causes issues with our electronics, cameras, and other devices. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah. EMP.
Yeah.
EMP can shut off
Yeah.
helicopters, radios, anything electric or has electric in it that is using it for a propulsion system. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And in fact, he sent me that, I think it was last week, and I was looking that up. It's pretty interesting. A lot of cool stuff on it.
It's like something out of a movie, you know?
Yeah.
One push of a button, everything's done. It's kind of scary.
Yeah. Well, and that's funny that with the UFOs too, you know, they shut off the arming of nuclear weapons. That's why it's such a problem. So, you know, we were prepared to go, Russia was prepared to go, and they knocked off both sides. So, yeah.
It's a good thing though, right?
Yeah.
I was like,
That's what I mean. I'm kind of picking and choosing stories.
Yeah, I was trying to see where
but yeah, it's
I was trying to see how you're feeling about that. Okay.
A lot of theory. But that's the part I love about it.
You know, I think we're getting to sort of like grips with things like, you know, them interfering with cameras and interfering with video equipment and with sound recording and stuff.
Batteries.
Yeah, and Larry brought up a very good, you know, comment there. But then, how many times has anyone here tried to take a photograph of lightning? Have you tried to take a photograph of lightning with your phone?
I think,
struck by one. No.
Yeah, no, video, dude.
Have you tried video? Have you tried videoing? I remember trying to video lightning. Okay, and I remember especially when I was using VHS tape. Yeah, magnetic tape. Yeah. Boy, did it mess up every time the lightning actually happens. It would have an effect on the camera.
Yeah. There's a lot of forces where we don't know half as much as we think we know about. Frequencies, energy, portals. It's fun to learn this stuff and realize what's out there. But unless you can really back up with theory or back up your theory, you know, and that's pretty much all I get from reports from people that have had cryptid encounters. I mean, through the world, the whole world. So we have 41 countries that are in our Wrangler sites. So I get phone calls every once in a while in the middle of the night saying something through broken English or whatever. I mean, Brazil, Ukraine, Russia, all of them. We have those guys there too. So it's pretty cool. It's one other thing that helped me get into making these groups grow. You know, where you can't just say, oh, well, this is all that happens in the U.S. No. There are dogmen that are out there that are not on Hawaii and Antarctica. That's it. They're on every other continent. They've always been for years, hundreds of years, even in the Bible. So yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, because we got the. Did you hear about the Daniel? Did you hear about what was it? St. Christopher being a dogman?
Yeah, that's in my book too. So there's thousands and thousands of documents, even stuff that's been declassified now. That
they had his tooth. They had his flipping tooth in a church. I want to say Turkey. The country Turkey. and it was in a glass case. And I think 1974, 73, that was taken for examination. It was told to be a hippopotamus tooth and never seen again.
What?
They just
Yeah,
said,
that's the problem
it's
with
yeah,
Hmm.
truth. Honestly, yeah,
with our
it-
museums and their parts.
yeah.
Even, and no offense, even the Catholic Church, they've got a
Hmm.
1 mile by 3 mile section underneath the Vatican, and there's stuff in there that they don't want you to know
Yeah.
because it takes away from what they are preaching.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
But you get
yeah.
something like I think it was like 20 years ago they found a completely iron hammer. So it was a larger hammer, like a mallet. And that was from
It's a bedrock, wasn't it?
yeah, 15,000 years ago, something like that. Well, it can't be because
Wow.
nobody used iron
No,
at
it's
that
over
time.
1,000 years old, wasn't it? I reckon it's
Wow.
15,000.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Something
And
like
they're
that.
called parts, and people take them and they, for example, what's really got me, Joe Rogan, he had a guy that lived in Alaska, and he ended up finding all these mammoth tusks, even smaller babies that had been frozen for years. And basically, the Smithsonian took them in, they reported them in, and they had so many from this guy, they plowed them over and put them into the river that's right near there.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
geez.
there are people out there looking, and I haven't heard anything yet, but I mean,
Smithsonian. Oh my word! Whenever anyone mentions Smithsonian Museum, I always think of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Always.
yeah.
They got so many secrets. You know the giants of Kandahar, the giant of Kandahar,
yeah.
Smithsonian.
Red-headed giants. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah. They reckon that was taken off, helicoptered out, and it's over
Yep.
at Smithsonian. Yeah.
Yeah. I doubt it's a Smithsonian. It's probably in the river, the Hudson, by them. So who knows? There's thousands and thousands, and the guy was basically graciously giving them all these mammoth, saber-tooth tiger, teeth, all this stuff to put into that museum. No,
Mm.
they've even found stuff that has been thrown out in a trash, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not big on them.
Yeah.
Do you think that if we were to propel ourselves, I don't know, 1,000 years ago, right? Would we still be talking about this kind of stuff, like arcane and sort of strange stuff going on, or would it be going on around us? We wouldn't really take much notice of it. Do you think it would be something that we would be? Do you see what I mean? Is it going to be? Is it something which is this? Do you think it's propagated this a fascination?
Yeah, I
with-
think that a lot of people that and this, I'm not saying this theory, but I'm trying to think how to say it without. But yeah, there's people that have been reincarnated who have said that they've enjoyed flying planes in their previous life. So there's that, but there's also a bunch of other theories that some are crazy, but I would think that we keep our fascinations, especially if they mean so much to us. You know what I mean? If they're from your heart, that it would end up being that same way. Yeah. So.
And that brings me on to something else. And this is to everyone. Do you think that a lot of times, us being experiencers, do you think it's hereditary? Do you think that to be experiencers and for the paranormal to open up to us, do you think it has opened up previously to our predecessors, to our family in the past? Do you think that's something which carries on? If you're born into that, you will experience that.
Yeah. Depends on religion. A lot of it has to do with,
Well, and
Christian,
what you're
Catholic.
taught too, if your parents or grandparents taught you, I practice witchcraft and it's my choice. And, I think I got my abilities from my grandma because she was very in
Me too.
tuned with a lot of things. And same with my mom. So I don't know. It's
I think
interesting.
it's
though.
hereditary.
Mhm.
It's hereditary. My grandmother told me that when
Yeah.
I was an empath and seeing things, that it was supposed to go to my mother, because it basically goes from generation to generation, and my mother didn't get it, or it
Maybe
was
didn't want to use it because
yeah,
people with abilities can I suppressed for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how. I mean, Joy knows my story. I
Yeah.
suppressed for many years because I was too afraid. But then I decided, screw this. I'm going to use I want to
Yeah.
understand why I'm seeing the things and hearing the things I'm seeing or hearing. So why not build my abilities? And now that I've been working on them, it's like I even doubt myself sometimes. And Joy gets on my butt about that. Don't doubt yourself. You've got them. I've seen it in action. Because we'll be on paranormal investigations, and when I'm picking up and seeing, she's got confirmation of that. Because I don't like to know the history of places. I like to go in and not know, so that if I'm picking up something, is it matching what the history says about that land or property or the house or whatever it might be? You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And just it's that's one of the things that also is in that same area is that I take to heart because I have PTSD. People that have seen cryptids, basically they've been told or conditioned their whole life. There's no such thing as ghosts. There's no such thing as monsters. There's nothing
Yeah.
under your bed. It kills that seventh sense. And so when they do walk into a forest and Dogman steps right out in front of them, monsters aren't going to work anymore. So,
Yeah.
but you've been conditioned into your mind to, okay, well, that's fake. That's fake
No.
until it does something. And then if you look into Dogman's eyes, it sees in your soul and you have nightmares, you have PTSD, you have a ton of it, especially the nightmares. And when people put memes and stupid laughing things in there, this is somebody like you, Cindy. They suppressed it for so many years because they were afraid that people were going to think they were crazy.
Well, I
They were
kept
going to lose
getting
their
told,
job.
"Oh, it's just dreams. It's not
Yeah.
real." I'm like, "No." I'm literally arguing with my mom as a kid, telling her I saw my grandpa. He was there, clear as day. Why would I leave my bedroom because I heard music playing to go out in the living room and see my grandpa? I ain't
Yeah.
dreaming.
No. That's some
just how
good
I am
dreams. I'll take
now.
one of those.
So,
But,
and it's
with the
frustrating 'cause
PTSD,
go ahead.
go ahead.
Sorry.
Oh, I was just thinking with the PTSD, you get people that will show up to our groups, and they see like-minded people, open-minded people, and all it takes is one stupid meme for that person to close up all again and probably never say another thing about it to anybody else in their life. But that kills you. That kills you inside because you're dealing with all these symptoms that basically brings you right back to where you were when you had this encounter. And that's why we're so critical on it, because I won't allow it. If you can't follow those rules, we're a safe group. You're gone. I don't ask.
Yes.
They're gone.
Right. And that's how our team is. I don't want anyone putting each other down. And, if somebody has an experience, we need to be understanding because I know what it's like for someone to not listen to me or think, oh, it's just in your mind. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Not with the stuff I'm dealing
Oh.
with now.
Yeah.
Well, that's what got me too.
Yeah.
I'm seeing an Indian across the street from my house. I'm pretty sure that's it's not a nightmare.
Yeah.
So,
Mike has said there could be something to it being hereditary, which reflects our body's frequency and vibrations, which I feel is key to the encounters.
exactly.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah.
Very good point. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. And then
And if it's with
Larry made a
abilities.
comment.
Oh yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Daniel.
Oh no, I didn't. That's okay. It was just something else I was going to see. But yeah.
So I did want to ask Daniel while we're on here, you guys, because I know I mentioned that I was going to be in the middle during the experiment. Daniel, I would like you to be in the middle with me.
Okay.
Would you be willing to? Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
If you're okay,
Okay.
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you said you wanted to work on your abilities, so let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah. I think that's cool. That'd be cool. So what we're going to be doing, if you've just joined us, we're going to be doing an experiment. The experiment is going to be a joint US and UK experiment. We're going to be streaming to each other live at the same time. We're going to be having the same trigger objects, and we're going to be asking out. We're going to be calling out. We're going to be trying to get intelligent responses from entities or maybe cryptids, we don't know, on the other end. So if you like, if I ask a response in the UK, for a response in the UK, and one comes to Daniel, to Cindy, or to Joy, and they get a response which is pertaining to what I asked, we've hit jackpot. In a way, we've hit jackpot, because if that continues on, we know that doesn't matter about distance, the spooky action at a distance
Or time.
does work. It's provable in a way. That's what our whole aim is for doing this. Nothing else. A lot of times when you're out paranormal hunting, ghost hunting, you'll be in a very small, confined, or you'll be in a locale, a location. We're taking ourselves, we're removing ourselves, we're taking that away from ourselves, we're giving some distance, we're allowing these entities, if they are there and they want to communicate, and if they can communicate, and if they can hear from a large distance away, then it's not a case that they are a large distance away. It's a case that they are all pervasive, they are ethereal, they are all around. And that puts a whole different perspective on what we all do when it comes to the paranormal. That's basically what we'll be doing. That's next Friday. Everything's all been planned. It's been in the pipe for quite some time now. So yeah, so if you just joined, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be streaming it live if possible. But remember, we are going to be in both in the UK and in the States in a very paranormal and cryptid. There's a lot of history goes with these woods that we're both going to be in. So, and woods predominantly with landscape suck up any signal. So if it's patchy and it goes, stick with it. Okay, stick with the show, because it will come back again. Okay, that will attach itself. The platform I use, it will hunt out the same feed and it will start streaming live again. Yeah, so that's where we're at the moment. I was going to say quickly, Cindy, you said that you saw your grandfather.
Yes, I did see my great grandfather. Yeah.
Okay. I've heard from a lot of people, and also I've had experiences myself, and it seems to be this thing that we experience always tends to be quite a personal thing, and it's something which is personal to us, and it's do you think that it could be there's a school of thought which believes that it's a self-projection? You wanted to see your grandfather, so you saw your grandfather. Do you think that plays a part in this?
I think, it's everybody's, opinion and stuff like that. But with it wasn't just, I mean, that was my first experience, was my great grandfather. There is a possibility, yeah, that I probably wanted to, but it was my first time experiencing death and losing a loved one. But this is the thing though, is that after that had happened, I kept seeing spirits, people floating over me, giving me messages. I have an experience with that. I don't want to go into the whole story, but and it continues to happen. Just last night, I saw a woman's face in front of me. So it's not that I'm trying to project something like that. I just literally came to my face. And actually, Joy, I think it was Gloria. I think it was Gloria. That's my feeling. Gloria, this is my new haunted doll, Gloria.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I forgot
Okay.
she showed that.
I love her. She's so gorgeous. She's a
Yes.
witch.
Loves you too.
Yeah. She was a witch in her time era, and she was brutally killed because they didn't like witches back then. And so yeah, but she's she's neutral. And everything. But yeah, I saw a woman's face pretty dang clear, and I'm like, oh, hello there. But yeah. So this is her.
So I wasn't taking anything away from you. You did see your grandfather.
Oh,
you
yeah.
did see. Yeah,
Oh,
you saw
he
your
was
grandfather.
Clear.
What
I can't, like, when when you're dreaming kind of things. I don't know. People dream differently. It's, I guess, our mind working, our, what am I trying to say? The energy that's going through our brain, and stuff like that. But yes, when I did see my grandpa, it was clear as day. He was playing with his ukulele because that's what he would do. And that's something that, and he was always good to us kids, to us grandkids.
Yeah.
So, and I had, a special bond with him.
But
So maybe it could have been. I don't know, but I just like to think I saw him.
Once again, just a theory, and I'm just thinking to myself, with the experiences I've had, they have been very personal, and they've been absurd, but it's personal. And part of me thinks, what if it's like an entity that is able to take what we feel, if it's something we're talking about, spooky action from a distance, if it's something which this entity, this force, this all pervasive, be it UFO, be it alien, be it they all cryptid, they all seem to preempt us. They all seem to know what we're going to do or what we're trying to achieve, and they seem to act in an absurd manner. So when we try and have a testimony about what we've seen or experienced, it does seem quite absurd. They do that on purpose for a reason. What I'm getting at is, could it be that some of the experiences that I've had, it's because it knows I wanted to see a dog man, or it morphed itself, it changed. Maybe it would have morphed itself into being my dad, or it morphed itself into being, you know what I mean? Is it something, do you think it could be something that is able to take what we give it and morph itself into something which suggests that there's a commonality? Maybe it's a form of communication for it.
Well, like I said, like some of the things that I see, they do morph. They will literally like come in as a black thing, and then they morph into a face that is colorful. That is, I saw an Egyptian woman, and she morphed from a black to all of a sudden just being absolutely colorful, beautiful. She smiled, and then she disappeared, and I didn't feel scared, didn't feel anything. And then, there's times that I have seen not so nice things, very, very scary. And when I see it, there was one that really did freak me out real bad, and it startled me. And I was like, nope, not doing this no more. I want you out, But it's interesting because, like I said, when I saw, I think it might be Gloria. I'm not saying it is, but it was a lady that, I could see her head. Her hair was curly like that. And then she just kind of, she wasn't scary looking, but I can't explain why I saw it. I don't understand why I hear things either. Like I literally can hear music being played while I'm laying in bed. Or the other night I heard Cindy in my ear. I'm like, okay, because that woke me up. And I'm like, alrighty then, you guys are here. No, leave me alone. I'm going to bed. So I don't know. I think it's a matter of opinion. It's, our brain. We don't use most of our brain that we should. But or, even abilities. I think there are people that have really amazing abilities and really can, I'm trying to learn how I can speak better to the dead and actually speak to them. That's something I do want to get into, but it's hard to say. I think it's just everybody's different and how they feel, how they think. But I try to be very open-minded but all I know is I got tired of hearing people saying, oh, it's just in your head. Oh, you're just dreaming. When I'm seeing more than just family members, I'm seeing many other things. And visually, I can feel the air. I can smell the ocean. I was like floating. It's the floating experience. And I'm literally next to a pirate ship. And I see the crew on the ship. I see the captain, but I can feel the air. Like I'm floating next to the boat. And I could feel the air. I could feel the water. It was so weird. I've never experienced anything like that before. So when I awoke, I was like, whoa, that was weird. That was really weird. So I don't know how to explain it because I wasn't thinking anything piratey. I didn't watch a movie or a show that was piratey. Why in the heck did I see a pirate ship and some pirates, out on the ocean on a big ship? I just don't get it. So I don't know. I can't explain it.
Isn't it?
It has to do with a lot of different things, though. Like they play on your fears. They feed off your fears. They only appear to some people. You could have. I've even heard this where there's two or three people. They're sitting there, and one will see it and turn around and say, "Did you see that?" And they see nothing. How can you not see it? It's right there. Nope. So there's another theory. Yeah. There's another theory that that if you see spirits, UFOs, cryptids, whatever, if they come to you, then they realize that you're more open to a relationship, and then you see cryptids all the time. You see, UFOs all the time. So a lot of it has to do with energy, and I think a lot of frequency too. So, but yeah, there's a lot of parts to that.
Well, like Joy, I'm going to throw you in here, woman. When she started Paranormal Investigation, she's been very much a skeptic. And now I think she, being on investigations with her and collaborating with her and Joey and watching her, she actually has abilities, even though she questions it. But I've seen her in action and she does amazing. She does really well with Gloria. Yeah. Anyway,
I have to say, Cindy is the sweetest person. She tells you everything you want to hear. So nice and low threat. And that's what I love about her. She's so sweet. I love you, Cindy.
I love you too.
Okay. Joy, spill the beans. What are you bringing to the table?
What do you mean? Like bringing myself and equipment, I guess.
Hope you get lucky.
A lot of personality? No, duh. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
maybe my.
if anyone at home is knows,
sorry, I'm so
you're gonna get jiggy with it in the forest.
Oh my God, that's great.
Yeah.
Maybe my skeptic side, my little skeptic side, like I'll try to debunk before I say it's something, maybe I'll be like, well, maybe it's this, or let's see if we can figure out what made that sound. You know what I mean? Without being too overbearing, because I don't want people to be like I don't want the eye roll from people, but
I mean, people are gonna eye roll because
yeah,
either
you know,
they're
like, oh,
negative or not.
equipment's going off. Was it a
Yeah.
cell phone? Or I'll try to, you know,
Bunk
kinda-
it.
yeah, but
Oh,
not be overbearing with it and be douchey about it. Because I'm not. Am I douchey? No, Sandy, I'm not douchey.
No,
right?
no, she's
Love
not.
you, Cindy.
Well, it's no different. So my fiance, he's been a skeptic for a long time, and he
Him
would
too,
question
between
me.
both of us, yeah.
Oh yeah, he questioned me, and he even questioned my practice of witchcraft. And so it took a long time, but he's finally now he's going on investigations and
Mhm.
experiencing things and actually hearing things and seeing things. When we went to the Cosmopolitan Hotel in Old Town, which our video is almost done and we'll be posting soon. He was just like he was editing and he's like, oh my gosh, like, you know, and he's seeing stuff now. So he's turning more into a believer than such a skeptic.
Yeah.
I mean, he still questions it scientifically, but he's still becoming like, you know what, there is that possibility. So I think it's great.
Yeah. Even though I caught that thing on camera, I piss myself off because I'm trying to like, well, what if it's this? Okay, maybe it's this, you know. And I'm getting better. I'm getting better as far
That's
as
part
you
of
know,
of paranormal. You know, you
Yeah.
have to start deducing theories from your mind. Okay, well, I was too close to this electric box or the phones or whatever. It's
Oh,
with all of it,
It's that way.
everything. Yeah, cryptic, all of it, aliens, all of it. I'm just kind of like, no, you know, but
Yeah.
I think I'm more of a believer than I am anything, but I do there's that little part of me that doubts.
that's
Trust it.
Lori likes Skinwalker Ranch more than I do now. So
I think it's yeah. I just have trust issues. No, just kidding.
Oh.
I'm not kidding. No.
I hear you.
well,
I think-
Daddy Retro just said some really nice things about us guys. They said that this Unity Beautiful Live Tonight team. I love it.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you.
I'm
isn't
pretty
it
new to
lovely?
the whole thing, so but these guys, everybody's been really great. So
Yeah.
What?
Well,
if I take-
Daniel introduced me to the UK team, and then
Mhm.
Joy, I was like, I gotta have you, girl, I gotta have my girl.
There you
And
go.
then I've been knowing Daniel now for a while because I'm part of his admin on his page, his Facebook pages. And then I was like, Daniel, you want to join my team, paranormal team? And he's like, yeah. I'm
It's been a
excited.
long time though
Yeah.
since I went on one. So
The more you guys gel, the better the results next week. Oh, that's nice.
definitely.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
Good
so.
thinking.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Very cool.
Yeah, especially with Joy running around the woods. I'm trying to get lucky.
Yeah. Trust
So
issues.
funny.
What do you
I'll be
mean?
like, I'm scared. I heard noise.
Yeah. And they'll be calling wood knocking with his stick.
Yeah.
You've got a special stick to wood knock, haven't
Yeah.
you?
I'm a skeptic believer, but I'm a little scared too. I ain't gonna lie. But I try to tell myself I'm not scared, but I am scared. Okay, you guys, it's scary.
But it's healthy, isn't it? It's healthy to be scared, you know.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
you know, it's sort of
Survival
in
instinct.
us, isn't it? You know, we'd be
Yeah.
eaten if we weren't scared.
Right, yeah,
you know,
that's right.
if
I
that
try to act
helps.
hard. Yeah, I gotta put my big girl panties on and be like, I'm not scared.
Well,
I got Cindy in my arm too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll probably
going.
slip another Tenorman in. Another Tenorman.
Yep.
What if I take it one at a time from each one of you, what are you hoping to see? If I was to say, what are you hoping to see that evening when we do this experiment? And I'll ask Colin first. Colin, what are you hoping to see that evening?
Obviously, the cryptid set, some type of cryptid, or get some type of noise or evidence that they're actually there in that wood. And with them, hopefully, we can communicate through cryptid, something like that.
See you
Okay.
later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Mike. All right, thanks, Cole. Let's have a look. right? Like a waiter, as soon as you have a bite to eat, the waiter usually comes up and goes, "How's your meal, madam?" I should do the
know,
same because I saw you having a drink there, Cindy.
Yes. Yeah. I like to have water next to me,
Yeah, it's gin, isn't it? It's gin.
No,
Um,
no, just well.
don't worry, your secret's safe. It's okay. Um, you'd be surprised how many people take up drinking when they see this show. Um,
Yeah.
That's why it's just down the way from Cook's Corner. So
Oh my god. Yeah.
you can stop by for beer afterwards.
Cindy, what are you hoping to see that evening? What would you like to see?
It's funny you asked me that because I've been thinking about that a lot lately. I am already getting feelings, senses. I don't want to say much right now because they're not good. So unfortunately, but I have a strange feeling. I would like to see the Bigfoot. I would love to see a Bigfoot. However, I have a feeling I'm going to see something else.
Yeah.
I do.
I wonder, yeah. Now you make me wonder. We're gonna have to talk.
Yeah. So
I overheard somebody the other day say something about that there's accidents so often on that street, and that they can see these shadow people walking across the street in front of cars, and people have freaked out and had accidents.
yeah.
I didn't know that till recently. So
No.
a
I feel
possibility.
you feel like that.
Yeah.
No.
Scary.
Well.
Mhm.
They're out there. They're there.
Okay, yeah. As you know, like you get accident hotspots, don't you? You know, parts of a road, and there's a theory that it's just a bad place. It's a
Yeah.
bad place where bad things happen. You know, yeah, it's a bit like that Salem's Lot, the original Salem's Lot, the TV series, wasn't it? And I think it was David Salt asked about the house, didn't he? And was it the caretaker said that's a bad place that attracts bad people. And I think there's a lot to that. I think Stephen King was quite right from that point of view, you know. And I think it kind of not necessarily bad people a corner of a road will attract, but I think bad happenings happen in a place where there's been maybe some bad stuff happen or a bad vibe. I think it was we had a comment earlier about you know, they drop might have been Larry where they drop already Steady Retro said that they drop like bad like landmines, almost like a landmine of badness these things do. And I've been to forests in the past where there's one which I went to last year, and I started feeling really sick and ill, physically nauseous. But as soon as I got onto the main path again, and there was lots of symbols around this wood, and I got overcome. And I very rarely get overcome with. I don't get frightened that easy by people. Frighten me, but there's you know, the paranormal doesn't really. But I got quite frightened and felt very sick, physically sick in this one area. It's a wood where there's a church nearby, and this wood was used as a shortcut for the father of the church, the priest of the church, and he disappeared. He went through there as a shortcut, never to be seen again. Dogs go missing there. They get off the lead. They're let off the lead, and they just don't come back. There's horse riders are being thrown off horses, and horses just gallop away and disappear, but they don't find them again. It's a real spooky place, and that's one of the places where I have had really bad feeling. So yeah, you're quite right about the roads. I think it's, you know, I think it does, you know, it does happen like that.
Well, in Black Star, there is Cook's Corner that is 10, 15 minutes away, and that's where they had that guy walk in. He was a cop from, I think it was Ohio. He drove all the way out here, went in, found his wife with these two other guys, and he shot up the whole place. And they lost 4 people there. So,
Wow.
but it's that whole land is just not good.
Yeah.
It's
I think there's a lot of there's a few places out here, right, that have stories too. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's. I mean,
Phil, did I
the amount of-
explain that right to Yvette? I don't know if I said it right. Can you see my comment? I hope I.
Which one?
She asked what are we talking about. Yeah, I hope I explained it right.
There you go. Yeah.
Wow. Ready,
Yeah.
steady, retro.
Oh my gosh,
Wow.
wow.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah.
I interviewed her, and if I remember correctly, she was with a group of people, and she was by a lake, and she got a bad rap for this, really, and she was overcome with this image in her head. She had this image of this car being out of control and coming towards the group of people she was with, and careering off into the lake or hitting the
Wow.
barrier of the lake. And it was so strong. It was so it was such a strong feeling, and the image in her head was so strong that it was palpable to her. And she turned around to her friends and she said, "Look, you've got to move. Just go now." And they were like, "What are you on about? What? Hey, come on, what?" Honestly. And I said, no, you have to move. You have to move.
Yeah.
Don't ask questions. Just do it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't very long afterwards. It was only a matter of minutes that this car with this woman that was, I think she was half asleep. She wasn't on drugs or drink or anything like that, but she was half asleep, very tired. A single woman on her own. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But you witnessed this woman. She was in the same position that you thought she would be in, and those people, if they hadn't moved, would have been hurt. Guess what they done afterwards? The people that she moved to save their lives. Guess
my
what they
God.
done? They branded her a witch and said that she was some crazy woman, a witch, and a few of them she never talked to her again.
Well-
I can't imagine why.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, you know.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
I really, that makes me upset because I know how that feels. So don't let anyone put you down. Just try your best to shut it off, because you have an ability. If you're seeing something like that before it happens, that you're getting a premonition. Like, don't be ashamed of what you're seeing or what you're feeling ever.
My
It's
motto
taken a
is
lot- Go ahead,
Yeah.
Joy.
no. I said my motto is everybody. Opinions are like ASS.
Yeah.
Everybody has one. So just
Yeah, no, be proud what you saw,
yeah,
because you
Yeah.
saved lives that day, and that's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
If they call you a witch, just say I'm a cool witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you better watch out. It's like
Yeah.
You're gonna
Well,
let
I
me do
just
that.
say, how about
Yeah.
I would say, how about a thank you?
Yeah,
There you
Yeah,
go.
exactly. Yeah. Thank you. It'd be
How
nice,
about a
wouldn't it?
thank you? Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angel.
But before we wrap up, Joy, what do you want out of this evening?
I just want to help. I'm hoping for any activity from anything, I want to,
Okay.
yeah, I'm just excited to be a part of it, and hopefully we get some good stuff, whether it's cryptid, whether it's aliens, whether it's paranormal. I'm excited.
UFOs.
you just brought up a good point there. We really need to be paying attention to not just the ground and the trees, but up in the
Yeah.
sky as well.
Yeah.
Because it's not just paranormal, it's not just cryptid that's possibly
Everything.
out there. There
Yeah.
are things out in the sky, those
Yeah.
good old
Yeah.
aliens flying around.
Especially there. And
Yeah,
I think they have a large waterfall in the back that I think helps add to the energy of
Mhm.
a portal. I mean, you've got everything out there, cryptids and paranormal, Indian massacre out there, and that was one place that they would come through on their way to the missions. So a lot of family members died, and they buried them along the way. But over time, you lose that, and disrespecting, walking on people and stuff like that. And but there's almost everything out there. Pretty scary.
Mm.
I'm excited to see what we catch.
What
Hopefully,
about last one? What about you, Daniel? What do you hope to get?
yes, Skinwalker. Mm.
Probably more along the line of cryptid, because I've done paranormal for so long, but I'm interested to see that if Phil's right on that paranormal can be on a certain plane that can answer anywhere, you know, reinforce what you're thinking. But cryptids, I would love to. That's my research area. So, but I've had Matt out there, and he has seen 8 to 10 different Bigfoot. So he's had interactions with them. They've pulled water bottles off the hood of his truck while he's sitting in the back. I mean, just you've got these little, I think they're called Jawas. That they have these cloaks and they walk around and they've got this light, and you're going, there's like 10 lights over there, and it's coming straight towards you, and then it just dissipates. So frequencies, energies, rocks underneath, deaths on the blood on the ground from that area, people that have lost family members because of whatever happened, disease, on their way to the mission, which was the next one was the San Juan Capistrano. So that they go from mission to mission, but that's why I see that Indian over there. Real quick, Irvine Company came across a bunch of Native American bones, and they took the time to contact Native Americans to come out so that they can move them. It ended up being 3 years, and it cost them $3 million. So when Mission Viejo, or Rancho Mission Viejo is what it was at the time, comes around to it, and it was owned by a big tobacco company. I can't think of it, but it's, God, now I'm forgetting what I'm saying. But it's, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what I was going to say. But
Well, that's fine. That's fine.
The things there.
Well,
there's Indian, because when they came across, they basically, the people that own the cigarette factory said, I don't care, plow them. And we got
Indian tobacco, right? Tobacco is usually an offering for Indian.
Oh, Philip Morris. No, they owned the land.
Uh-huh.
But he was the one that said, I don't care. I'm not paying that. I'm not waiting that long. Game over, and now I've got an Indian across the street from my house. So I catch him out that corner of my eye every once in a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
It's the land too.
Another thing that we could do, because I've watched actual documentaries. There was a gentleman who went very, very deep into the woods. Can't remember the state off the top of my head. I think it's on Tubi. But what he did is he went so deep into the woods, and he actually had some encounters, I can't even talk, with Bigfoot. And what he did, though, is he placed apples on a piece of wood that was laying down. He placed them, put his camera on the apples, and you can see the hands grabbing the apple. He could hear like rustling noise, but you can see the hand of the Bigfoot grabbing the apple, because you're giving them an offering. You're letting them know, I mean no harm. And I've seen that multiple times.
Donna gifting rock. Yeah, they call it a gifting rock.
Yes, yeah. So Colin, what were you going to say? Because you were going to say something. Colin,
wow.
Were you going to say something?
I'm sorry, did we wake you up?
I've seen the video. I have seen it. It was on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, YouTube. Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. It was good. It was good. I liked watching this.
I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could see. I'm not sure if it was fake or not, but it seemed genuine. Yeah, he had interactions with him.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. So that might be something we can do, is bring a couple of apples, and never know, place it there.
Yeah.
Give them an offering.
I've been in there where I've walked in, there's something on the right. And the other thing too, you were talking about shape shifting. Sasquatch can do that to a point, but they also do a spider crawl where they're basically on their fingers and their toes, and they completely drop down to the ground and take off. But
Ew.
when I was in there, I had something on the right, I had something on the left. I'm like, on the left,
I'm picturing it in my head. I'm getting
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, there's just a
sorry.
lot of weird things. No.
Ew.
But yeah, that's shape shifting is close, if not interdimensional type.
Well, let's
things
hope
they
we
do.
don't see any spider crawls.
Yeah. Well, that's the funny thing is when I was back there, I could hear it on my right, but the plants were low.
Come out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the brush was only
Yeah.
about 3 feet high, so
Well,
there was something back there, and I'm pretty sure I had something on my left and in front of me too. So
wow.
This
That was
might,
during the
be a
day.
bit ironic. This might be a bit ironic, but I hope we see normal cryptids.
Yeah. But
yeah,
Yeah.
something that doesn't like, try to kill you. And
I don't know, but Cindy's scaring me. She said she feels something.
I do. I'm already feeling something. I don't want to say.
yeah,
Yeah, we've got haunting angels. I want to see Joyce in this spot.
there you go. I would love to see that too.
I want to catch her on film, man.
I won't be able to get back up.
That would make good telly, though, wouldn't it? That would make really
Yes.
good
Very, very.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I would be just because I've got to wrap up soon, but I would be happy. I don't care really what comes along,
Me too.
so long as it is able to give me an answer to a real easy question. My question would be to it is why? Why don't you coherently, if you're there, and we know you're there, and we know you're giving little clues, and you're banging doors, and you're tapping windows, and why can't you go that little extra mile and actually communicate? That's what I would like to see, and that goes for cryptids as well. You know, why are they so elusive? Why do they have to be so elusive? You know, why give us little nuggets of little tenders, little pieces, just to give us little like nuggets, and then we see them, we can't photograph them clearly because they just come out a blur. They're not quite well defined. Why is it? What? That would be my question. Just I would say to why the hell can't you just? You're really close. We witness you, we see you, we kind of just if I died tomorrow, I would do my utmost, very better, probably haunt you guys, but I would do my I'd be spider crawling.
There you go.
I'll be like some Japanese manga, like demon.
Like,
I'd even grow my hair long.
no, you better stop it. Oh my God.
It goes back to trust, Phil. You know what I mean? It goes back to trust.
Yeah.
They have to trust you.
I would communicate though, Daniel. I'd communicate with you. I'd be like,
hey, I'll tell you, come on by. Beers
I
in the
wouldn't
fridge.
So is that it? When I die, is that it? I can only sort of is that what my being is? I pass over, and just from a paranormal point of view, and I can only give little taps, little indicators, little dark shadows on someone's peripheral vision. I can't go the extra mile to actually say, look, I'm here.
Mhm.
You know, why can't I do that? Why couldn't I do that? What is wrong? Is it an
Yeah.
entity which is encompassing
Yeah.
everything? That's what I want to get to. Is it a cryptid at the same time as being a ghost?
Yeah.
You know.
Big, definitely.
But other than that, no. If anyone at home, if you're interested, I will put up a event for this. We will on both sides of the ocean try and stream this independently live. One of the two of us will, try and get out there. And also, obviously share us in the feed, and I'll do the same. I'll use this platform. It seems quite stable normally when I've been out in the field. So long as as long as I get a cell signal, it seems okay. Yeah, next Friday, it's going to be on late. I will be putting up an event, creating one, giving you the times and details for everyone at home. Please join us and, kind of help us, give all your thoughts and energies. I think it will help everyone here, won't it?
Yes. I believe.
Definitely.
I wish us the very
More
best of
eyes.
luck. And we hope to see you again.
Yeah. If you don't, you know where we went. Spider
By the
crawling out of
spider
there.
crawler.
Joy, I
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Daniel.
Eaten live on YouTube.
I think that's where I saw that was on YouTube too.
Thank you, Kate.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've got a compliment. It's not just you guys getting compliments. So I've got it's a little bit Dick Van Dyke, Good blimey, Mary Poppins. I hope I'm not eating tonight.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my god.
But
Holy
listen,
shit.
if anyone's got anything else they want to chuck into the pot, just chuck it in while we've got time. Otherwise, I shall wrap it up and we'll head off for next Friday.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Can I just say, this week that we've lost one of the most best known cryptid investigators out there, Jeff Meldrum.
I saw that.
It was a big blow to me, and I think it's a big blow to the cryptid community. And my thoughts go out to his family, and it was sadly missed. Very sadly missed.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for you guys'
Yeah,
loss.
for sure.
Yeah.
And Charlie Kirk.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
you guys
as well.
can see that over
There's
there.
another one in the US.
We're going through
Yeah.
some bad times, man.
Yeah.
It is,
Yeah.
UK and the
There's gonna be
US.
blood on the ground everywhere. Yeah.
I know.
Scary.
God bless his soul. God bless both their souls.
Definitely.
Charlie Kirk. Honestly, that was a shock to me.
Yeah, me too. I had a
Yeah.
feeling, but when it happened, I was like, nah, no. Yeah. Scary.
He was. I posted like a few videos of some of his best stuff, and all his stuff was just best. The guy was so informed, such a great family man, and it takes just. Do you know? I want to say one thing. That guy or that person that pulled that trigger, as Charlie would say, God is going to be your judge. So it doesn't matter where you run. At the end of the day, God will be your judge. And, that's a bad place to be if you've got God judging you over that,
That's actually then what I was named after. Daniel means God is my judge.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I haven't got many tattoos, to be honest. I only got that one I got. Only God can judge me.
Yeah.
Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
right? Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. And I firmly, as a Christian, I obviously, when I heard about Charlie, I was like, I don't often swear, well, not in
They
public.
caught
Anyway.
him. They caught him
Yeah.
yesterday. And it's
Isn't it odd though? Did he read about that
27?
private plane that took off? The
What was that?
private plane. The private plane. Soon after, there was a private plane that left an airport
Oh, with him on
nearby.
it? Yeah. JD Vance was flown out there with one of the presidential planes. And basically, they picked him up from Utah and flew him to Arizona's hometown. And I can't imagine. He and JD Vance got to be great friends too. And to see him walking with a casket, Charlie's inside, gut wrenching. You know, I can't even imagine what's going through his mind, especially after they've already taken a shot at Trump and
Yeah.
Charlie, and he's the vice president.
Yeah.
It could be, you know, and the government that's going on right now, I'm not even sure where to go from there. I mean, it's sad, and I can see the right and the left against each other, but to take out somebody else because of their religious
Opinions,
beliefs,
yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
honestly. I didn't know who he was until, and then I went down like a rabbit
many
hole
did.
watching all his stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I
I
don't.
mean, just an incredible speaker. It's
Yeah.
He was.
smart.
I mean, he was
Yes.
he was brutal, but I mean, he was honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, about his
So I had a
opinion,
feeling that-
how he felt, and I don't think that's a reasoning for somebody to make that call to take somebody else's life because they didn't like what you're saying. I think it's regardless of what comes out of his mouth. If that was the case, everybody would be shot. You know,
Oh yeah.
we could just shoot everybody. Oh, I don't like Cindy's opinion. You know,
Well,
Mm.
yeah. Trump was the one
Stupid.
that
It's so
gave him that
stupid, yeah.
security. That security
Yeah.
detail was gone from Trump.
yeah,
He sent that because he knew there was going to be a problem after he got shot. So that's why
Yeah,
those
'cause-
guys are armed, and there's 6 of them around him all times. One
Yeah,
of them
that's
was
it.
even doing
What's
signs.
the place called where he is? They've interred him. They've interred him in
Arizona.
yeah. What's the place? No, it's this room, isn't it? And it's like kind of you have to be honoured to be actually not interned, but it is laid to rest, isn't he? In this
yeah.
Yes.
in this room.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so many casualties of governments from so many years, you know. But yeah,
Cindy, I hope that never happens. Okay, now that I just thought about that, I was like,
me too. I couldn't handle another week like that.
yeah, hell no.
No,
It's just,
I
it's just
know. That's
sad,
just
yeah.
like you know.
Very sad.
It was like it did hit me. I must admit, I was like, wow, you know, because I used to watch a lot of his stuff. But yeah, no.
His wife is taking over his position.
Yeah, I saw an interview with her. Not an interview, but she was, you know, kind of like on a podium talking, and
Yeah,
she's
that was at their house.
she's got fire in her belly. That woman now.
Oh yeah, she's ticked. And he's got a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. And you know, it's like so many people have said, they done by pulling that trigger. It hasn't helped. His voice going to be even louder now. His voice is going to be even louder. It's going to be shouting everywhere.
Well, he owns that huge, I guess it's nonprofit, Turning Point. I think it's turningpoint.com. And it's about the religion and the government and, you know, all these little things. It's just, it's amazing. But he left so much behind because of him. Just sad.
Yeah. Well, he's in God's hands, and you know, do you know I'm quite fearful for Christians now. Do you know?
Yeah.
On the whole, but he's in God's hands, and his voice is stronger than ever. I know this. You know, and he won't be forgotten by us or by anyone. You know,
Judging by Facebook, I mean, the reel's everything. There's some of them that are 10 in a row saying, you know, some of the things that he had said or debating, and I didn't think he was going to get that big of, you know, that many people behind him putting all this stuff in and all over the country. So
Yeah, there is in London.
It's really sad.
yeah, for sure.
It's really sad when anybody passes, but his reasoning why he passed is
Yeah.
makes it sadder. Yeah.
And by a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, just ridiculous, isn't it? Ridiculous.
And
But,
his father was a cop.
Oh
The
wow.
father turned him in. The father turned him in.
Good.
Yeah, he was a cop.
Good. Yeah.
Wow.
Good.
Very.
it takes a lot to do, but I think to do that, to turn your own son in, but you would. I think you'd
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You just have to. Because he was just truly a good man, and truly absolute. Just the brain on that guy was incredible. What
Yeah.
loss.
Yeah. His genius.
He had absorbed a lot of information. I was like,
Yeah.
some of the stuff he's talking about, I was like,
Photographic memory.
yeah, for
Memorize
sure.
all those statistics and everything.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Bible verses.
Yeah, I know. I saw one where he's like, and he just like boom, like that. Bible verses coming out. Like I'll be like, what?
Yeah. Well, I
You know.
heard that he has autism to a certain point too. So with the memory and it's a
Right.
not
So
very,
there's
but
a bit of a savant
yeah.
sort of thing
Exactly.
going on.
Oh wow, Yvette from Haunting Angels said he was living with his partner, which is transgender, and the FBI is at it now. Is that
Oh,
right?
you're kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't even sure if you
wow.
guys would have heard of it over there. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, with all the people, it's like, yeah. You guys have great people in
Big
your
news. It's
Oh,
big.
yeah.
It's big news. Yeah.
Mhm.
He's very. But he was a popular figure. Because he gave so much for so many causes which are otherwise shrugged under the rug. They're kind of
Yeah.
brushed under the rug, and we won't talk about that. No, we won't talk about that. Well, actually, Charlie has and did.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that's what made him so great.
I'm kind of almost embarrassed at this country. And I'm not, I don't mean that as in a bad negative way. There's just people here that need.
Or shitheads, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Sorry.
mean, just no. But it's
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah, it's getting bad. It's people are more angry.
the end of
more-
days.
Yeah, and their feelings. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really bad.
Yeah. Scary.
It's just from our point of view, looking across to you guys over there, we don't get an awful. We're censored over here. We don't get an awful lot of information. From the point of view of the hardships people are suffering over there. The economy is busted. The economy is really it's not great over here with inflation and stuff, but it's pretty bad over there. The healthcare and the support and everything else is pretty just non-existent. And the help for people that haven't got insurance and haven't, and I think it's the one thing I'm kind of getting from it is it's tearing itself. America's tearing itself into a two-stage society. It's either, if you like, it's either you've got or you haven't got, and that middle ground, which used to be the middle class, is starting to ebb away, and more people are going over to the haven't gots.
It's either low income, or the upper class or lower class.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
more middle class, especially here in California.
There seems to be no middle ground anymore.
Yeah.
There seems to be it seems to be going.
Competition
Mm-hmm.
for the government. They just compete against each other. like Olympic athletes, or
That's
Yeah.
why
And
everybody's
it's a shame.
yeah,
You know, the thing is that the people still hold the power, because the people, you vote for the people to be in power. You vote for them. So the only time they ever shake and shudder is when it comes to election time. Same over here. And then they start being Mrs. Nice Guy, Mr. Nice Guy. You wield, everybody wields so much power, but the problem is, without the likes of, and I don't mean to go back, without the likes of the sad loss of Charlie, it's another voice. It's another. You need people like that. You need people to give a direction, make it logical, give a direction so that it scares the people in the Congress, and it scares them into, do you know what? If we keep on the road we're going, we're going to have a rebellion on our hands. We're going to have anarchy out there. But unless you have that, the masses are kind of voiceless, and they just end up eating each other, and it doesn't work that way. It's getting the same over here. It's like kind of the inflation going up, and people getting less, and less income and more outgoings. Electricity is just I think we're paying more for electric now than most of Europe.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
really?
are.
We are too over here.
Yeah,
And
it's
we
really
like,
expensive.
Through the roof.
and you think to yourself, well, I don't understand. You think to yourself, well, hang on a minute. We produce gas out the North Sea. We're a producing country still, limited, but we are a like you. America is a producing country. It's got oil reserves, masses of oil reserves. It's got turbines, it can run steam, it's got nuclear, it's got this, it's got that. And yet, why is it, unless you buy in from abroad, and then you've got to hike up the price because you're buying in from abroad, but you're not. You've got it there for you. It's like kind of the good life. You're growing your own fruit and veg, and you've got your own farm animals in your back garden. So why would you pay the supermarket price down the road? Why would you go down Walmart to buy your meat, everything else, when you've got it in your back garden? You can set your own sort of price, because you're not going to kill yourself. But and you're not going to kill yourself over the price, because you can grow it there, and that's the whole point. I don't understand. So and it always points towards some fat cats wanting to make a buck, and it's like, that's got to stop, man.
Yeah.
This world's crazy.
Sorry, I just thought of something. Sorry.
Are you still thinking about that
the whole show?
creeping cooler?
Yeah.
No, I have to use the ladies' room, and I'm dying. But I want to be polite.
Okay.
She
So I was saying, like,
texted me that, so that's why.
I text her and I was like,
Oh, you got that?
But I didn't want to be like logging, I'm like, so I'm kind of like,
Take the camera with you.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh.
We're gonna watch her. We're gonna watch her.
And then we get, and then afterwards, just before the chains pulled, it's like, thank God for that.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I've been kind of like fidgety. I'm like, I'm dying here.
That's why she got quiet.
That would be so popular. That would be right next door to the crawler coming after Joy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no.
There's no bathrooms out there, by the way.
No, I'm buying a toilet.
Oh, she said it.
It's
I was like, I
got-
love
it's a
Cindy.
pop-up.
Yeah.
Yep, it's a pop-up little tent thing, and you put the toilet seat. It's actually a toilet seat. You put a bag in, and you put like this thing that drops in there with some water. And when you poop and pee in there and toilet paper, you take the bag, you wrap it up, tie it off, and you throw it away. I'm bringing a toilet.
Hopefully nobody has to poop. Because I know I'm going to try not to because I don't want to carry it back.
Good
You
boy.
got your
Bring a few
wagon.
bags.
Yeah.
Joy, you got your wagon. Put it in the back of the wagon.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh
we're
my
killing
God.
people off
Sorry.
now.
Honestly,
Oh my
Uh,
god, my throat.
listen,
Oh.
I'll wrap it up then, guys at home. Thank you very much for watching. You've been watching. You've
Thank
been
you,
watching
guys.
Cindy,
Yes, thank you.
aka Giggles. I don't know where she got that name from.
I've had it for a while. I was on Channel 12.
Oh my
I was
god.
on Channel 12 TV network and they gave it to me and that just stopped. So I kept it.
Well, she is giggly.
I am giggly. I am.
You got.
I love it. I love it.
You've been watching Joy and Joey from JJ Paranormal, and of course, you've been watching Colin Kilty from the Dark 66 YouTube channel, and Mr.
Sponsor Poop
Daniel
Esquire.
Williams, cryptid and paranormal investigator and researcher supreme, and myself.
Wait, what? Where did
yeah.
I miss that?
Just a big nose idiot, really. But thank you very much indeed for watching. I appreciate that. And if you guys are finished, if you want to add anything, or before someone wets themselves, then you can do.
Yeah, no. We should probably go.
Okay.
I know it's getting worse.
People laughing
All right.
now, it's just going to make it worse.
I'll shut it down. Thank you very much, guys.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Bye.